Welcome back to Med Audio. Imagine owning a great amplifier like the NAD C399 or C389. Already impressed by the power, the control and the clean performance. Then discovering to take it to the next level without replacing the amplifier itself. And that's exactly where the NAD MDC2 BluOS comes in. At around $500 in both Europe, US and UK. This is not just a simple streaming add-on or another optional accessory. It is the upgrade that transforms your amplifier from a powerful integrated amp into a complete modern compact hi-fi center. Compatible with models like the C389 and C399, the MDC2 adds BluOS high resolution streaming, Dirac live room corrections, AirPlay 2, Spotify Connect, Tidal Connect, two-way aptX HD, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, and support 63 BluOS zones across your home. And maybe the most important part is not going to replace your amplifier deck, because the excellent deck and amplification stage are already there. What the MDC2 adds is intelligence, flexibility and something even more valuable, as we will see, a true system optimization. And that's exactly why I choose the MDC2 for my NAD C399. No need to buy an external streamer, no need for extra boxes, cables, extra power supply, extra complications. Thanks to NAD upgradability, everything stays inside one elegant solution. But before to move, a quick note about the NAD C399 and why still remains my favorite and reference Class D amplifier. And it is very simple, it doesn't sound as a Class D. I can listen to it all day without any fatigue. It delivers so much great performance in a very affordable package. Inside the box, beside the MDC2 module itself, you will find excellent step-by-step instructions, the Wi-Fi antennas if you decide to use wireless connections, and the included calibrations microphone for Dirac Live. All you have to do is remove the MDC cover. My C399s had 2 slots there. The pictures shows the upper one, and that's the one I initially used. And very important, remove the protective tape from the contact terminals. Then gently slide the module through the white rail, making sure everything is aligned correctly before securing it again. And that's really easy. At first power up, everything went correctly, at least that's what I thought. And you should immediately see the BluOS source appear on the amplifier display. Unfortunately, I didn't. Even the LAN connections LED were not lighting up. And after a few failed attempts, I decided to move the module from the upper slot to the lower one. Then I powered everything back on, and suddenly the LAN was working again and the BluOS source appeared perfectly. I honestly can't tell you if the problem is coming from the off my slot or simply the board was not correctly inside. I should have tested this again, not time for now unfortunately, but I will do it later, and I decided to move forward. So if it's happened to you, try to do the same. And by the way, let me know in the comment sections down below if you installed the module and on which slot do you have it. After installing the BluOS app on my smartphone, the amplifier was found immediately and automatically started the firmware update. We already talked about the BluOS Smart app on some previous video, and honestly I love it. I also use it on the Power Node Edge, and it's fantastic, fast, beautiful, stable, never crashes, very well organized, and it supports basically everything. Using it is genuinely a pleasure. The first listening test was done using the Menger Audio P2, and I choose those speakers because they have very high resolutions. Generally, I driving them with an high-end setup, all made in Germany, composed by SPL Electronics. So we have SPL Performer S1200 as power amp, Elector preamp, SPL Diamond Deck, and the Eversolo T8 as a streamer. Of course, we are talking about a much more expensive chain, generally to drive the Menger Audio P2. There is a big difference. The transparency and the resolutions of the speaker are so great that you can really hear this. The streaming tests were mainly done using Spotify lossless and compared directly against the Fosi S3 streamer I recently reviewed. An excellent DAC streamer preamp for the money. And honestly, the results surprised me. In terms of pure sound quality difference, I basically heard no difference. Speaking about the NAD C399 with its BluOS module, and comparing the same system, so the NAD C399, but this time using, adding the Fosi S3 and using the DAC of the Fosi. DAC and streamer. No difference basically, or very subtle. I don't know if I'm getting old, but I really struggle to hear some major difference in the performance. MDC2 proved itself to be a streamer that doesn't just compete, it completely removes the need for any external solution. And this is where the things became really interesting. I moved to the Solus Faber Sonetto 5G2 and here the bass behavior changes dramatically. The low end becomes much fuller, rounder and longer. And this could be beautiful in some rooms, but in my rooms, it was just too much, creating a very bloated and congested presentation. And this is exactly where the real magic of the MDC2 begins. Including in the price, you also get the limited bandwidth versions of Dirac Live, correcting up to 500 Hz. Which in my opinion is where most of your problems are. So I connected the included microphone, which comes with roughly 5-meter cable, 5.5, so 18 feet, long enough for most setups. And this time, instead of launching the PC versions of Dirac, I decided to go directly with the smartphone app for the first time, so I never tested before. As long as your NAD is connected to the same network, it gets detected immediately. I had no problem, was stable, easy and surprisingly smooth. I've made several videos and interviews about Dirac Live, so please take a look of it. The app is a little bit limited compared to the PC, especially if you want to manually edit target curves, but for normal calibrations it works perfectly. As you can see, around 35 Hz I had a significant room mode and Dirac corrected it immediately on both speakers. And the difference was really not subtle, was huge. The bass was anymore too much long, slow or bloated. It became tighter, faster, punchier and more dynamic. I will say much better controlled. But even more surprisingly was the mid-range. There was definitely more clarity, resolution, definitions on it. Honestly, wow, I was really impressed. Generally, I'm not a big fan of a full room corrections in i5, so having the limited versions for me was more than enough. But I'm still not finished. Next, I wanted to test something more funny. So I decided to connect my 2 per listen D12 as subwoofer that I generally use it for my home theater. And this is where the NAD C399 become really special. It has dual subwoofer outputs and directly from the BluOS you can set crossover points up to 200 Hz. And this is important if you decide to use an external streamer instead. You are going to lose these incredible features completely. So I enabled both subs, crossed them at 80 Hz and recalibrated everything again. Guys, there is simple no better way to integrate subwoofer into hi-fi system than this. It will take you 2 minutes and the result will let you speechless. So in the end, MDC2 is not about improving the DAC performance because as we saw is not going to bypass the internal DAC of your amplifier. The DAC remains the excellent one already built inside your amplifier. What the MDC2 really does is elevate the entire performance of your C399 or 389 to the next level by adding streamer, room correction, subwoofer management and full system integrations, all inside one clean, elegant and flexible solution. And after all testing, it's become really obvious and clear to me that a better streamer or external DAC is simply not bringing any performance improvement to justify the extra expense. In fact, going that route can actually make you lose one of the best features of the whole system, the superb subwoofer management and Dirac integrations. And honestly, that would be a huge mistake. Thanks to the MDC2, you can build a perfect, great, also home theater systems, so a 2.2 or 2.1, and using for both home theater and hi-fi. And the results are so good that even much more expensive systems would have to pay attention. And for me, it's all for today. As always, hit the like buttons if you enjoyed the video, leave a comments in the comment sections down below, let me know if you have it, if you have an NAD, what you think about it, and thank you for supporting me. Take in consideration to subscribe to keep me motivated, and see you soon. From my audio, it's everything. Ciao, ciao.